If you can't handle the truth, I appreciate to understand my best.
Yes, welcome to Music Connect Africa, the hub for global music industry news and insights. Each week, we take a look into the history of our entrepreneurial professionals who are the driving force behind the scenes. It gives me great pleasure to highlight the players who exercise tenacity, drive, and who create smoother operative systems for this, our music, arts, and entertainment industries. In this week's edition, we highlight the journey of international performer, music extraordinaire, Nadine Sutherland. Of course, from child star to music maven with an unmatched catalogue, masked 4 decades plus, she hails from Kingston, Jamaica. After winning the inaugural Tasty contest in Kingston, Jamaica in 1979, she was later signed by the legend international reggae artist Robert Nesta Bob Marley to his Tough Gong label. Whilst at St. Andrew High School for Girls, the teen queen, as she is considered by fans and critics as the premier Jamaican vocalist of her generation. I must tell you, during the early 90s, she worked with then top producers of Jamaica, Donovan Jermaine of Penthouse Records and the studios, where she gained the respect of the international audience. Nadine garnered international success and acclaim as the co-lead for the dancehall anthem Action, of course, with Terror Fabulous. Of course, today we'll revisit lists of dominant dancehall, R&B, and solo hits from a lengthy catalogue that includes notable industry professionals, lists of producers, songwriters, and other artists with whom she have shared the spotlight. I give to you, ladies and gentlemen, Nadine Sutherland, but before I welcome her, I would like you to just delve into her Action with Terror Fabulous. And now I want you home. I can't Jackie, girl, me nah use no stone. Action. At a bag of mood, sweet. Now we make the girl them broke out. Action. At a bag of mood, sweet. Now we make the girl them broke out. I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction? I need some action. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I cannot get enough of action. And I think that in the global audience, everyone has to have their song in their catalog as well. Well, today, right here in our Music Lab studios, we have the multi-talented Nadine Sutherland. Hi, Nadine. How are you?
Hey, I'm incredible. I am incredible. And I just love that you said that about action. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What a journey.
Well, to the listening audience, please allow me to educate you on the multidimensional aspects of Nadine's career. Beyond a coveted, decorated singer and songwriter, of course, you are also a dancer, producer, feminist, environmentalist, a voice against ageism, sexism, and a political activist. And to the persons who are listening, they say, you know what? That's a lot. And then she has to go through all of them. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, because I appreciate all the titles that go along with, who Nadine Sutherland is and what you stand for. I must ask, though, right now, within the present, all the titles and topics are of relevance. The sexism, everything, being a political activist, ageism, which I'm big on as well. My thoughts are that as a singer, music affords you the ability to enhance each capability with ease. I always say that music makes it easier for everything else. So utilizing music as a premise to all the multidimensional aspects I've listed, what would you say is the other most pressing subject from the list for you at this time, and why?
The wars that are happening is really pressing on my, apart from waking up and feeling, disenchanted by us as, human beings, and just thinking that God blessed us with this universe, that the only thing we can do is to take care of it, and we live, and that there's a disconnect with us, that, if we destroy the universe, which destroy Mother Nature, we're dead. Water got done, fish got done, everything got done, and money cannot buy any of that. So, that I have under control. But to see that, I did a song several years ago called A Young One Like Me. And 2 lines, or 3 lines. And if a young one like me, I've got to be happy, I've got to be free from rumors and schemers, blasphemers and dreamers of cruelty. Yeah. And if all the weapons of war could be dumped in that great blue sea, how wonderful that would be to a young one like me. That was done more than 40 years ago.
And it's still sad, relevant, very relevant.
For me to be singing this song and to be hearing this song and saying, where have we grown? What is the end to this? What is this gonna do? So it's pressing on my mind, all those wars that are erupting, the possibilities of war, who and who, bad man up right now, what the bigger bad man, what the biggest gun, who a kill off who and a kill back who, what a revenge, It's kind of just like, it saddens me that we haven't moved. We haven't moved from, resorting to war.
79 at the age of 11.
I'm going in history as the first winner of Tasty Talent Contest.
The first winner of Jamaica's popular
ever
Tasty Talent Contest. I love it. But talk to me about the excitement for you at such a young age and how winning the popular contest helped to shape your music career.
Well, winning then, I couldn't process it. I was an 11-year-old girl just entering into high school.
Yeah.
So I wasn't even processing it. The world changed around me. People started acting differently around me, but it's me and myself, which is an 11-year-old girl going through the angst of puberty, pre-puberty, getting into high school, being around a whole different environment than what I grew in. Just winning Tasty, just being introduced to Tough Gong, just being introduced to Bob. Sometimes when I sit down and I reflect on it, I'm like, oh my goodness. It was just like a whirlwind of activities. And I don't think anybody would have known how to prepare me for this. I didn't even, it's like I'm going on and I'm seeing all these new things around me emerge and just unable to deal with it and unable to articulate it. Yeah. So when I sit and I think about it, I say, wow, that was a lot for a kid, a girl child, to have gone through and just, who writes a manual and say, okay, Child Star, here is the manual on Child Star and what you should do. Nobody knows. So sometimes when I look at it and I'm like, it's carved the way for me now. But still, I wish that there was more support along the way. But then in my wisdom, I know that nobody could have ever supported me because nobody knew what to do. But I'm thankful for it. I have turned out relatively okay, Nobody can say my mad up and they love seeing the picture, and they love the tragic story of the child star who turned out to be crazy.
Right.
Well, I still have like a sanity. Although my mother same me still, but I am relatively safe.
They always say that, especially in music, once it is that you even touch the arts, you have a touch of insanity along with sanity as well. It's how far you take.
Them hours for the I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't like it in a sense because you're not supposed to be like, on time. You're not supposed to be businesslike.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be a certain thing, disciplined. And I find it, sometimes I find it very, very insulting, because all of those things that I've said, that is me, I find it insulting. Do I have a crazy streak? I think I'm boring. I think I really like when people meet me, I'm like, oh my God, I want to bet I can't even be them. Unless me a performer, I decide to me I go out. My eye then can't even stay up. And start drop down by 8 o'clock. In my bed and wake up by 4.
Yeah. So
it's almost, they have stereotypes of what artistic people are like, and it's not everybody that fit that narrative.
Exactly.
Everybody, you're supposed, when you're artistic, you're supposed to be night owl. That I am not. So I think and you're not supposed to be bright, or I'm not supposed to be smart.
Yeah.
I am academically, me not too rusty in my head.
Right out the gate, we talk about you being mentored by a legend, international reggae superstar Bob Marley, and I've been on the Tough Gong label itself, which is quite an achievement by Rita. Okay.
Bob died in 1981, and when I came to Tough Gong, my man, me as a child.
Yeah.
I know the time that I met Bob professionally or worked with him professionally was doing Starvation on the Land.
Mm-hmm.
And there he was, telling the bandman and put me up on a stool, telling the people them the bass line, but he was there supervising the project.
Yes.
There's some other stuff that I saw him, but most of the time I wasn't around him. Because I'm a 30-something-year-old, 11-year-old girl.
Exactly.
Or if I'm around him, I'm in the company of an adult, like Diane Jobson, she was the one who chose me. When at Tough Gong, actually, I heard one of the people in my Tough Gong, it was 2 representatives that came to Taste TV. And one was saying Paul Blake, and she said she wanted a little girl. And that's how my life changed, because of that woman called Diane Jobson.
Wow.
Tamale, on the other hand, when Bob transitioned music class, when her kids were doing voice training and piano lessons, she's like, Nadine, go do it. When the first Tough Gong thing that they were honoring Bob Marley, I was under the Tough Gong banner right there. She made me come and sing at that Reggae Sunsplash show that they did in honor of Bob. I remember some guy in a pool going to swim with Sidella and a lot of bashment, get sick. Before the big performance, I just busted everything, just started my career, get sick. Mrs. Marley came in the room, and my throat was hurting, and she gave me some stuff, and some mental stuff. She's like, Nadine, you have to know that you have to learn to protect your voice before a performance. I started just throwing up some gunk, and she was right there. All the phlegm. Yeah. I was able to sing after she gave me that. Singers you have to find something sometimes, because sometimes the body cooperate with the performance. You're weak or you're sick or you're short or something. Yes. I was able and clear enough to go on that stage and sing.
Nice.
I speak about Mrs. Marley as a mentor, because a lot of the stuff, when I was close to go on stage, the tailor who was working with her, it's a lot of stuff that she has done, a lot of advice, a lot of protection. And I think I spent more time, much more time with her. Remember, she was a mother.
Yes.
She's a woman. Right. So, yeah.
So, one affectionately helped as well. I've worked amongst some, of the greats as well. Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown. Would you say that the 1980s afforded you the ability to, analyze the complexities of the business and to exercise the professional nature of the reggae business as you so uphold today?
I was in high school at that time. Mm-hmm. I was a teenage girl. So I'd show all over the place and all of that. I don't remember. I did shows in Jamaica.
Yes.
A lot of shows in Jamaica. But to be hop, skipping and jumping all over the place, my parents never allowed that. I still had to go to school. I had to go to church. I was not thinking about the business as a business at that point. I think nobody was.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I learned anything. The only thing I think that was extreme, what that benefited me was like started doing really formal dance lessons like ballet and modern dance, doing voice training, as I spoke about with Mrs. Marley. I think more than anything else, a lot of my artistic development happened in the 80s.
I love
Not my professional. My professional probably went late teen. The first tour that I went on was Mrs. Marley and the Melody Makers called the Hero Tour. And what them take for them rehearsal, them learn it from Bob. Right? So we're going on tour. It's rehearsal for like 2 weeks. Right? It's not like some shows, which, you know, the musicians, I applaud them. Because technology has helped now. So, can send your track list like 2 weeks before.
Right.
And if it's, you know, professional musician, they're learning the song. So when they come to the show, they rehearse, where there's a distinction. I learned that under the Mrs. Marley tutelage. So in terms of how I approach music, my discipline, being on time, that professional level, but I think it's more artistic. I learned that in the 80s, but I learned it from, I think, some of the best teachers. I learned it from the best teachers. I learned it from Bob, and after him done, him pass it down to Mrs. Marley and pick them.
Right.
Because that's how they, so when I talk to Judy Martin, she tell you about Bob Marley and how Bob Marley stayed.
Yeah.
She him coming or reach that yet. She said to me, no, the level of how he took his music seriously. That's why Bob Marley music will stand the test of time and be revered and respected by great musicians, because he took it that seriously. She would say to me that Bob, like after the show, he is in the bus before everyone, the tour bus, listening to the show.
Yes.
Hearing when a mistake is there. And like the man them point it out to a musician, the man them will say, only if you're a musician, you know, you'll know. And it's like, musicians are in my audience. We not make no mistake. She said that when they're on tour, he is looking at the album to come. Not the one that is released, you know, and they are touring, you know. The album to come, to see. He will call them in the room and say, because see if we can find any innovative harmony for the next album to come while they're touring one album.
Yes.
So you understand the level of commitment and discipline that man had to his music.
Right.
That is my team. That is what trickled down in me, in how I approach my music.
You know, you approach it.
Trickle down.
Yeah. Of course, it is that through the 90s, you know, jumping from the 80s to 90s, where it is that you are dominant within dancehall as well, where you produce tracks, Rainbow, I'm in Love, Babyface, one of my favorites again. You know, and you have collaborated with some of this, the top DJs as well. So it's not just about, you are very versatile in your recordings as well. And within the performance and the products that you put out, you have worked with Buju Banton, Matt Cobra, Sprague Benz. Persons might refer to them as being on the dancehall side of reggae. But one of your hit ballads, Pair of Wings, is one of my favorite, my all-time favorite. And I am going to play it for our audience. And when I come back, I would like to talk about, you know, yourself, not just only having the professional arm of your sound, but the outstanding attributes as a gifted songwriter. Okay?
Cool. Yeah, man.
All right. Pair of Wings.
Father, when I pray, I say thy will be done. I guess you knew what you were doing when you took your son. We're human, and sometimes our emotions is beyond understanding. confused world where man has gone against the plan and gone berserk. I know you're in a place where there is peace, so give God this message. Wherever you are in heaven, tell God I said you could be an angel. Wherever you are in heaven, tell God I said.
Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it is that you have been listening to one of my all-time favorites, Pair of Wings. And it's not just about the record itself, but about the songwriting. Because for myself as a songwriter, when I come across a great song, it jumps into a certain catalog on my side, on my computer, on my playlist. And this is one of the songs that's actually included in my playlist, Pair of Wings. Of course, Nadine, we're going to get into some songwriting, tips. Are there any tips that you would have for upcoming artists? As I look at Pair of Wings, very well written, and as well, this is one of the first songs that you wrote outside that actually gained precedence to yourself as a songwriter. Talk to me about Pair of Wings, and are there any tips for upcoming writers?
I would say listen to everyone, listen to everything,
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah, man, may I tell you, all I even song for me, I remember when I was doing my master's and I listened to Vibes Cartel. I don't know if I can say it on the radio, but the song was called Happy PP. Guys, use your imagination what he made. And I had to listen to all of the songs with graphic violence that I don't like, and highly sexual terms. But I could listen to it from a technical perspective.
Yes.
I could listen to it to see if there is any genius, if there is any cleverness, and you can listen to a person and you say, wow, that's a very clever way. It might have two words or whatever, but it's clever. You hear depth. So I listen to sometimes some of the dancehall that I listen to. They're like, oh, you can listen to that. I say you have to listen to it from an artistic perspective. And there's talent there. You cannot say it's some buttered curse and some is used. Look at the cleverness.
Yes.
So I try to vary and I go back to the old school and I listen to some songs that I was listening to. Sweet Softly Love, white colors and soft as the sun. Some beautiful lyrics.
Yeah.
Some beautiful lyrics. So some of these songs from the old school, they're poetic and beautiful. You can't just stay in your time.
Yes.
You have to go back and listen to everything. The Bobs and the Peter. When I listen to Creation, and I listen to Peter Tosh Creation, and I'm like, creation can appeal to any religion. It's a masterful production with regards to the crashing of the waves, the tweeting of the bird. You actually get caught into nature, and you hear how he sang it. My salvation.
The natural sound effects.
And then you hear that. But I mean, to me, that is one of the best songs ever. And then I'm trying to figure out the last part when the cock crow. I'm still trying to dissect why the cock crow at the end of Creation. I'm going to say, okay, it might just mean a new day's dawning.
A new day's dawning.
So I listen to songs to, yes, I you have to listen to songs from a depth, because those things, when you put them in you,
yes,
it informs your creativity.
Yes.
Nobody not just come here and just like bright and smart or thing, Everyone can inspire someone.
Yes.
So when I listen to everything, it inspires me as a songwriter. It inspires me as a performer. Some big singer, I say, I'm driving out upon the stage. So listen, keep on listening. As a songwriter, don't be arrogant and think that it's coming through you. It's God God in the universe first give it to you, but give it to other people so you can be inspired. Don't shut yourself off and don't understand that you are a melting pot of what you've heard before, which God created the sounds and gave people the inspiration. Listen to everything. Classical music, everything, the worst kind of music, listen to everything, because there's artistry in everything.
And you are so correct. You are so correct. There are artists that I listen to within various genres that I don't necessarily my favorite, but you learn something from other genres that you're able to include within your songwriting as well.
Everyone.
Of course it
Just
is.
remember seeping it into your consciousness,
Yes.
and gelling up. It's a mix up. When things go in, it seep in your consciousness and it's that mix up like a pot, and then you reproduce.
That's that's correct.
Seasoning.
Yes.
Different seasoning, and then it's like a rice and peas pot, and you put in enough of the seasoning, and you're just like, wow, you put in so much thing, and then it tastes good after, or it tastes bad. Depends.
Of course, when we talk about Pair of Wings, persons always draw as well to the moving performance that was, one would say, the unofficial tribute of the shocking death of reggae revolutionist Garnet Silk at the time. That's how important, more important this song is, and it puts it on a different high as well. Each time I go to listen to Pair of Wings, I'm telling you, it's one of my all-time favorites. If I didn't lose my voice, I probably would sing part for you, but yeah.
What you were saying? If you didn't lose what?
No, I'm just coming off of losing my voice, which I lose my voice like maybe 6 times for the year, and the doctors attribute it to not getting enough rest as well. But
oh no.
Yes, Pair of Wings is one of my favorite. I love it. Yeah.
I so appreciate it, I so appreciate you. I really, if I'm going to, I think that's one of my best songs ever. And it was really an inspired song. It came from when I lost my brother, and the song was there, but it could not be finished. And then when Garnet Silk died, it was just finished, and that it's almost like God gave us that song at that time.
Yes.
Because I already used to play it over and over again when Garnet went, and I think people were just like using it to heal. When God died,
yes.
It was like everybody lost their son, their brother,
yes,
their lover. Jamaican people felt Garnet Silk's death deeply.
It was a staple within within communities, various communities as well. Yeah.
So that song, when it used to be blasted, oh my goodness, it was like, when you need a song for a moment, you need a song to get through a moment, and Pair of Wings was a song for that moment, and I give God thanks for that.
Yes, of course. Now, within the late 90s, one would say around 1997, you released the self-titled Nadine on VP Records, and it's an album that showcased your depth and sincerity as a writer. It also highlighted you even more, and as a performer. Would you like to talk about the album itself, and what exactly you think that you have done differently between the years that was highlighted within this album, self-titled?
Let me tell you how I started to feel. I started to feel like I was being pigeonholed as a dancehall artist. And I was just so much more. I consider myself an artist.
Yes.
I consider myself, having the freedom to express myself how I can. I can dance. I can perform dancehall. I'm a better DJ than I was then.
Yes.
But then it's almost like they were trying to tailor make me into something that I felt that I was beyond.
Yes.
They were trying to give me an image, and I'm like, no, this is me. Let me express myself. So when Factis came, we did an album, and it was like it was wonderful for some people. They were disappointed because they expected a dancehall album.
Yeah.
Trying to just make you into a one-dimensional. And by that time, I was over it. I was like, I was over it. I was over everybody trying to tell me who I was.
Because I think that
I'm like,
oh, no, I was about to say, I think that, the artists, I like artists to have the flexibility to be themselves, because that's when you actually show, that's when they're able to show their true art. If they're stifled, you are not going to get the best version of the artist.
And they were doing that to me, and I started to feel it. But look at how God is good. Like sometimes you make some decision and, you might be thrown to the dogs. But then as life goes on, you're vindicated.
Yes.
Because right now I can do a dancehall song and I can do a thing there, and it's listened to.
That's right.
People respect me as a singer. People know me as a good dancehall artist. I mean, I'm not a DJ.
Yes,
but
correct.
to sing on a rhythm and sit on it. So you look at it and it's like, I never lost anything. They thought I did during that time. But as life worked out, when you look at my performance, I see the multi-dimension of it. I'm happy at the choices that I make, because I'm singing, I am bubbling, I'm DJing, and I can present you a performance.
Yeah.
It's not no one-dimensional. So at the end of the day, I'm just really like, okay, girl, do what you gotta do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy.
And with that flexibility as well, it actually helped your career, and even more persons recognizing your versatility, so much that you excelled into television, where you were one of the original judges on, Jamaica television talent show Rising Stars.
Yes, that was.
Yes.
And I must boast that my babies that I introduced to the reggae world is Chris Martin, Romaine Virgo, Sugar, and what my other baby named Dalton Harris. That was under my tenure.
Wow. Of course, it is that yourself, as the winner of the talent contest yourself, you were able to also bring that experience, made for TV talent search as well. Well, aside from the experience you brought to Rising Star, what would you say you have learned? Did you, while on the show, new concepts, ideas, any along the way? Of course, the industry itself, there are certain things that has changed as well. But what would you say were notable things that you recognize being on that show that was not on your original
I recognize show? That what really matters at the end of the day is talent.
That's correct.
That is what, because remember, by the time all those people, you can modernize the music and make it reflect the time. Mm-hmm. And the modernization of the music reflecting the time, it still keep elements of the past.
Yes.
Right? But you can't shortchange that when you're coming, you have talent. Jada Kingdom have talent. She's a really brilliant songwriter.
Yes. And she approached it from a different...
Coffee has talent. Mm-hmm. Lila Ike have talent. Savannah have talent. I don't know how long Queen Omega dep on the scene, but my God, she's an amazing artist.
I interviewed her.
So everybody,
I interviewed her on this show as well. So I'll send you a copy of that interview. She has been doing this from a very young age, just as yourself. She won competition, just like yourself as well. So you'll hear all about it in the interview I did with her.
I'm glad, because she just popped up for me with the dub plate. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who is this woman?
And she's been doing it for a long time.
So I'm happy for her.
She yes. And she's very down to earth. She's very down to earth as well. Wow. Mm-hmm. As we look at the various talents that you have unearthed, the Chris Martin, the Romaine Virgo, Dalton Harris. Myself as a Jamaican, I've always and most importantly said to persons that, we carry so much talent on the island. From the various talents that you showcase, are you in agreement that Jamaica possesses some of the best instrumentalists within the reggae industry and beyond, not just only within the reggae genre, but so many different genres?
I'm in total agreement.
Thank
Let me tell
you.
you something about our instrumentalists.
Yes.
Their flexibility in terms of being multi-genre, I don't think nobody in the world have that capability. Because the way how we grew in Jamaica,
Yes.
we grew listening to music, not not being put in any boxes.
Yes.
Music just a play. Even the other, when you go on a Tivoli, Souls a play, Celine Dion a play, and you just come back it up with a vibes card, and then them just lick down some gospel, you know. I mean, our way of processing music is totally and completely different. Our musicians now, I don't know what it is. Probably they listen to everything. I went to my auntie who passed the other day.
Yes.
And her nephew is a seasoned reggae musician. He could play all the hymns, read it and play the hymns and the organ. Him done it with Pam, and him play for Stephen Marley. And if he said do a jazz thing, him can do it.
Yes.
I think our instrumentalists are just like incredible, and I don't know, them quick and them fast, and I have a lot of respect for our musicians.
You know, for myself as an ethnomusicologist, I've traveled the world, and I have worked with various artists. I have been in various studios. I've encountered various instrumentalists, and this is one thing that I've said over and over again: the quality production, the quality instrumentalist that comes out of Jamaica is unmatched. And I just think that at times when I come across persons too who try to downplay the reggae genre, and I'm like, you can't tell me nothing. It doesn't matter what you tell me. This is the best genre
they
in the
understand
world.
reggae genre. They don't understand Jamaican music.
Yeah.
And that's where a distinction is. And it's when I did cultural studies, I understand. Because they're looking at, unless you really study the music and understand, like reggae music, or instrumental R&B music it is
Yes.
in its formation. And our Jamaican people love them souls, which is R&B.
R&B.
So if you don't really understand that, and you're listening to reggae and you're like, oh my God. No. You know, understand our musical identity, how we grow Jamaican music, and how Jamaican musicians are grown on this soil. And even our singers. You take some singer and them can rap and them know the slur and them sound like an R&B singer, and they're not trying to pattern an R&B singer like intentionally.
Yes.
They grew up hearing the music. And as I spoke about things just coming inside of you and stirring up, and then you reproduce it. That is what has happened.
Yes.
So them in a Jamaican, them, you know, like when you hear a Dennis Brown, right? And you hear all of those what them call soulful reggae singers. Them grew up around here in R&B. The early Bob them sound like, what am I name him? I don't remember the group. I'm still waiting. When you hear them Wheelers tune there.
Yeah.
I don't remember the group that really influenced Bob Marley and the Wheelers. When you hear it, them sound just like the R&B group. They don't understand. They don't understand our culture, how we grow musically. They hear reggae music and them love to, oh my God, it don't have the structure and all of that. No, that is what reggae music is all about. And if you say that you don't have the structure and all that, you're lying. Because a lot of reggae songs, listen to Bob. It's a bridge, Bob, and the musicality is high. A lot of reggae music have a lot of musicality about it if you want to listen to it.
Yes.
But if you want to dismiss it and act like you are superior, you are not. Our harmonies are on point. Listen to the I3. Listen to Peter Touch harmony. Listen to harmony. So some people, there's some mediocre stuff out there. But,
Yes.
There's some extremely musical stuff that are out there too.
On our island, it's this little island that, you know, just exudes so much rich heritage as well. Well, let's talk about that you have performed at one of the biggest reggae festivals in the world. Why not? You are Nadine Sutherland. So talk to me about, you know, traveling the world and in being in various parts of the world. What is the number one place that you really like to perform? Love to perform outside of Jamaica?
Japan. I haven't been to Japan in a while. I don't know what it is, but I know that I loved Japan. I loved being in Japan. I loved having my days off. And I would walk and I would go to the temples and, see these people praying with their that's the word, incense.
Incense.
Incense. And they would be praying and they would be just like, I loved it. I remember one day, my earliest day is in Japan when I was in my 20s. I saw a geisha. I saw a geisha. Because I guess, I don't know if the geisha culture is still there, but I literally saw a girl who was a geisha with her face pale out, and then I saw the movie Memoirs of a Geisha, and I was like, oh my God, because they're saying it's a dying culture.
Yes.
I remember walking in Japan and hearing Yakuza, Yakuza. We tried to drug people there, everybody are ducking, all the Japanese are ducking. I'm like, what the? And I'm walking strong, because I don't know what Yakuza was. I love Japan. I love the people. I love the place. I love Japan.
Japan, the reggae capital. I always refer to it as well because they welcome reggae artists there.
Them love reggae music.
And it's the number
they used
one
to have
place.
2 big festivals, one in Osaka and one is in Tokyo. I remember those festivals.
Yes.
I love Japan.
Yes, it would be great to revisit again. I'm pretty sure that I have fans who listen to my show in Japan as well. So as they are listening, please reach out to Nadine Sutherland because I'm telling you, Japan is that one place where you get there and you're like, okay, I'm out of Jamaica, but I feel like this is my second home right here because of how much they study the culture. They love the music. To even see the DJs playing reggae music and you're looking like, oh, wow, okay. And they just
they know really do. They love the culture, man. And we really appreciate them love the culture.
Yes. I read somewhere that you were appointed the director of performing arts for the Challenge Charter organization in faraway New York. What exactly is the position? And I mean, what does it entail? Because I see where you're so fitting in terms of anything that has to do with the performing arts because of how multidimensional you are as an artist, not just your music or your artistry, but yourself as an individual. What does it entail for the position?
That was when I just got my master's and they appointed me to be the director of the performing arts. That was several years ago.
Yeah.
That I had to I had to invent a whole performing arts program.
Yes.
And for the charter group, which is Challenge Charter, was a very wonderful time in my life. I benefited greatly as a person. I looked at it as my contribution to the world.
Yes.
Because I felt that who I am right now the woman that I am right now would not have happened if I did not have people helping me. And if I did not have people helping to develop me.
Yes.
So I felt that I wanted to do that for the younger generation, to help talent, people to recognize who they are. I see what the performing arts have done for me all these years of my life, that I'm still doing it, thank God. And I felt like it was a responsibility for me to nurture an upcoming set of young people. And I did, unfortunately I left the job, but I actually thought that my music career was over. But to tell you the truth, that was fulfilling. It was fulfilling for me because it made me feel purposeful.
Of course, we're coming up to the most recent recordings and things that you have done as well. The COVID-19 pandemic, where it is that you had passed the mic.
The mic.
The reggae edition that premiered on BET as well, and you were featured within that premiere as well. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I tell you, one of my favorite songs of all time that you have released within that period is Queen. Talk to me about Queen. I am actually going to play it for a listening audience, but do you want to set it up for a listening audience?
Yeah. Queen to me was a very deep song. I wanted to do it for yeah, it says queen, but it's, you know, it moves across the gender line.
Yes.
A lot of men who love queen would say to me, I hear myself in it. I hear the struggles. Because people, them love to see where you're there and understand the struggle it takes to reach where you're there.
Thank
The
you.
knockdowns, the tears, the cries, the haters, you know, the hypocrites, the parasites, and them see you wear your crown. They don't know half that what went down. And that's what Queen I was trying to say, you know, celebrating people who just like stand through the test of times, throughout everything, and wear their crown, their glory. Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen.
Queen, they now see your crown. They don't know half what went down. You earned every diamond on your head. Queen, how many times they made you down? What you were all about made you second guess to think you're less. Queen, because you brought them midnight hours. See if you can't find any more power. And someday it was easy. Queen, through the years you held your pride. Found a secret place inside. Like the lioness who won your role.
Yes, so to my listening audience, I must tell you, off here, I was having a conversation with Nadine, and I tell you, Queen is that song for me. Queen is that song for me. So you know that I do have quite a list of Nadine Sutherland songs in my catalog that I listen to personally. There's a period of time where I don't want to hear anything, but anytime it gets to that time, like I'm going to bed, this is one of the songs that actually uplifts me, knowing from where it is that I have, you know, humble beginnings by of even, you know, being homeless and living out of my car with my 2 kids and working my way back to eventually where I'm at, wearing the different hats between film, multi-award filmmaker, and all of the above. So when I've had someone that was very close to me recently says to me, do you realize the amount of things that you are able to that you have accomplished? And I realized when I wrote my book and I really put the book down and did not pick it up for almost a year to complete it, because I had to have a one-on-one with the Most High to ask, how is it that I am so talented but I was homeless and broke? Yeah. And he gave me my answers. He gave me my answers because money does not equate how your relevance. It does not equate it. And anytime I have a motivational speaking and I say that, and people look at me like with 10 heads and they don't understand. Your talents are your talents, but it's how you use them for benefiting your career and for others. And so I will always be that fan that will shout and play Queen from the loudspeakers.
Wow.
Thanks, Nadine. I appreciate the song. I really, really appreciate Queen.
I am so thankful
well.
that you do. Thank you so very much. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
It means a lot to me that I can use my pain, put it into music, and that other people identify with it and it uplifts them. So a lot of time as a songwriter, sometimes you look into your story, but the stories are universal. Nobody not experience something when somebody else don't. So.
Exactly. And not everyone knows your experiences. And as we talk about this music business, where it is that there are persons who see the lights, camera, and action, and the persons on, that fuels, and don't know exactly what it took to get here. the different
I know,
avenues
right?
and roads and stuff to get here, to even write such an incredible song. And I'm telling you, I've had in recent interviews where, where even for myself, I was asked, like, to list some of the persons that are great songwriters that I, emulate or that I look up to, and you are included in that list because of,
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
yes, because Pair of Wings and Queen right here, those two songs are on a different level. And I think as well, when a general audience is able to listen to an audience, is able to listen to an artist, they're looking for things that resonate with them so that they can keep on listening to their song and follow their career. And Pair of Wings and Queen does it for me every single time. Every single time. So
thank you so very much.
yes.
Thank you so very much. I'm really touched with you saying that. Trust and believe. That's the best thing. Like a person who is an artist, to know that they can inspire someone. A person who is a songwriter, an artist, a singer,
Yes.
and they know that they contributed to make somebody's life through their music better.
Yes.
That's just incredible.
Yes.
So I'm thankful for you to share that with me.
Oh, most definitely.
Of
Most
course
definitely.
it is as well.
The Jamra Cruise, my friend and artist who spoke with me told me about your 45-minute set that you did on Jamra Cruise. I haven't been on Jamra Cruise, but you made me want to go on one of these cruises that they're having, What was it like?
Man.
You visit, I heard that you did your, an awesome set from your catalog.
Well, I thought the set was very, very well received. It was so much fun for me, right? I'm like, then put me right into the sun anyway. I was like, couldn't put me in the sunshine. But it was a lot of fun because we had a lot of winding up. I had, my set was so versatile. I did a 45-minute set and I enjoyed myself immensely. My set, as I talk about versatility, I was bubbling. I was doing, we choreographed a song, part of a song specifically for that. We did other people's song, we did a dancehall party set.
Yes.
That was well received, and then I sang, and it was just incredible. I enjoyed myself, kept them listening to me and watching me for 45 minutes. The performance was really, for me, it was spectacular because a performance is a shared energy between you and your audience, and it seemed as if the audience thought it was wonderful too. So I've really come off a Jamrock feeling like, yes, nice.
I love the energy. But yes, I heard from a friend of mine that was on that cruise and he says, listen, that lady can't perform. I said, okay. So I've never seen you in performance, but I am planning to check out one of your performances this year. I tell you that. So I tell you, I am loving the new release, and I think that I am calling it into fruition that this track is going to be a chart topper. Yeah. The latest release, Can't Stop Me From Smiling. Yes, it's a hit. It's a hit.
Right. It was written by Miguel Smith, who is he has had several hits in the reggae industry. Miguel has been asking me to sing a song. He has written songs, and he's like, I want you to sing a song. And this is the one when he sent it to me.
Yeah.
So what a wicked tune. People come and go, but memories don't. The strongest drink I have is my own tears.
Oh my gosh.
Causing hangovers when nothing can compare. My tears last night stopped me from smiling tomorrow. Only a fool would die for thirst in the abundance of water. I listened to that and I was like, who write them kind of truth was that? I would tease Miguel. I said, Miguel, you didn't smoke a spliff or drink some rum.
No,
These are some worldly lyrics. I'm like, these lyrics, the songwriting was just incredible. And then him have a bridge You have no idea what I'm going through. So basically, where it was such a compelling song for me that I had to sing it.
Yes.
Because I felt I could do a lot with it. I could emote. I could put myself in the song, which I did. When I listened to the delivery, I know that I put myself, a woman who have lived through so much pain and struggles, but and decided, it's like right now in my life, I summer feel. Say, yeah, every day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing.
Every single day I wake up is a blessing. Every breath I take is a blessing. Only a fool would die for thirst in the abundance of water. My father always say, me no know we're over upon the other side, but me all right with where they here. So it's a person who have gone through pain, but have decided that me still want this.
Yes.
People come and go and memories don't. It's true. You always have people come and go in your life. I just felt it was so true. And then we did the video. OMG. We did the video. And the video director, Arif Butler, you have to give to him. He took that song so deeply inside and created a storyline.
Yes.
He created a storyline about this woman called Naomi. But deserve an Oscar, my girl. But not like you, but deserve an Oscar. It was physically grueling, emotionally grueling, all kind of colleague grueling. When we done the video, be tired. It was like drained. It took a lot out of me because I had to cry. I had to find inside of me the worst situation. But the minute I look pretty, then I try. It was like you have to go raw. Enough ugly cry. I don't even know. But I'm going to get a husband after the video.
but that's what gets you the Oscars, and no, I can't wait to see this video. I haven't seen the video yet. I can't wait to see it, but I know this is some powerful writing.
Me not gonna lie to you, me deserve an Oscar. Me deserve, if there was a performance in a video for someone, me think so me not get it. Me not like to how I flung myself in that role. Man, I drop me upon ground and me a fight with man. Lord Jesus, boy. Anyway, I'm happy we do it all for the art.
I'm going to take a listen. I have to see this video, but I tell you, Miguel Smith, and I must tell you, he's a great songwriter. I'm telling you, and my audience, of course, will have an earful and looking for the persons that will reach out and give me their comments in terms of this interview here. It's so sad to part with you, but of course we're going to vibe out with.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoy my little interview. Yeah, man.
Can't Stop Me From Smiling. We're going to vibe out with Can't Stop Me From Smiling. Overtly sexual global music market, the songstress Nadine Sutherland is described as uncompromising with talent, flair, professionalism, and daunting beauty. Her earlier songs are reggae and dancehall classics, standing the test of time, just like her. The dancehall anthem, Action, alongside Terra Fabulous, voted by Vibe magazine as the number 19 duet of all time, continues to be rotated across the world, also playlisting on pop and urban channels. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying the course of my interview with international performer, music extraordinaire, Nadine Sutherland. It's always a pleasure vibing with you guys on the Music Connect Africa, the hub for global music industry news and insights. And